Have you ever wondered what turns an ordinary boy into a legendary monster hunter? Dean Winchester spent his entire life fighting the supernatural, facing demons, angels, and even destiny itself. But behind the battles lies a journey full of sacrifices, losses, and redemption. Let's explore Dean's complete story, from his childhood to his final confrontation. If you think you know Dean Winchester, get ready to discover what truly shaped this hero. Hey hunters! Before we dive into the intense and thrilling life of Dean Winchester, have you subscribed to the channel yet? If you're a fan of Supernatural and love exploring the stories of the characters that define this epic series, then this video is for you. Don't forget to like, share with other fans, and of course hit the notification bell so you don't miss any details about the journeys of these brothers who faced the impossible. Let's go on this hunt together. Dean's childhood. Dean Winchester was born on January 24, 1979 to John and Mary Winchester. He had a relatively normal childhood until the night of November 2, 1983, when Mary was brutally murdered by the yellow-eyed demon Azazel. This traumatic event forever changed the lives of the Winchesters. After Mary's death, John became obsessed with hunting the demon that killed his wife. Dean, just 4 years old, took on the responsibility of caring for his younger brother, Sam, who was only 6 months old at the time. From an early age, Dean was trained by his father to be a hunter, learning to fight, use weapons, and defend himself against the supernatural. Teenage years and relationship with John. Dean's teenage years were marked by a nomadic and dangerous life. He and Sam were constantly moving to different cities, attending different schools, and living in cheap motels. John was a strict and demanding father, focused solely on his mission of revenge. Dean, in turn, always sought his father's approval and was dedicated to protecting Sam. The relationship between Dean and John was complex. Dean saw John as a hero and did everything he could to please him, while John viewed Dean as a loyal soldier in his war against the supernatural. This dynamic shaped Dean's personality, making him a fearless warrior, but also causing a deep need for validation and love. The beginning of hunting with Sam. The series Supernatural begins in 2005, when Dean seeks out Sam, who had left the life of hunting to attend college. Dean asks Sam for help in finding John, who has gone missing during a hunt. Reluctantly, Sam agrees, and the brothers embark on a journey that would change their lives forever. Throughout the first season, Dean and Sam face a variety of supernatural creatures while searching for their father. Dean proves to be a skilled and brave hunter, but also shows a protective and loving side towards Sam. The chemistry between the brothers is one of the pillars of the series, and the dynamic between Dean and Sam is both fraternal and conflicted. The first major loss. At the end of the first season, the Winchesters finally find John but end up in a direct confrontation with Azazel. During the battle, Dean is gravely injured and is on the brink of death. Desperate, John makes a deal with Azazel, trading his soul for Dean's life. This sacrifice by John has a profound impact on Dean, who feels guilty for his father's death and carries a heavy burden on his shoulders. The fight against Azazel. The second season focuses on the brothers' quest for revenge against Azazel. Dean struggles with feelings of guilt over his father's death and the pressure of protecting Sam, who discovers he has supernatural abilities due to the demon blood Azazel gave him as a baby. In one of the most iconic moments of the series, Dean finally manages to kill Azazel using the Colt, a legendary weapon capable of killing anything supernatural. However, the victory comes at a high cost as it opens the gates of hell, releasing countless demons into the world. Dean's deal. In the third season, Dean faces a new threat. He made a deal with a demon to save Sam's life, and now he has only 1 year left before his soul is claimed by hell. This storyline is one of the most emotional in the series, showing Dean grappling with his impending mortality and trying to make the most of the time he has left. Dean is eventually dragged to hell at the end of the third season in a devastating scene that left many fans in tears. His death and subsequent resurrection. Dean in Hell and Resurrection. At the beginning of the fourth season, Dean is miraculously resurrected by the angel Castiel, who explains that God has a plan for him. The introduction of Castiel not only adds a new dimension to the series, but also creates one of Dean's most enduring and meaningful friendships. Castiel becomes a loyal ally and close friend, helping Dean and Sam in numerous battles against evil. Dean's time in hell was traumatic. He was tortured for 40 years. Hell time runs differently than Earth time, and eventually gave in, torturing souls to escape his own suffering. This event leaves deep scars on Dean, who struggles with the guilt and trauma of his actions. The fight against Lucifer. The 4th and 5th seasons focus on the attempt to prevent the apocalypse. Dean and Sam discover that they are the chosen vessels for the archangels Michael and Lucifer, respectively. This revelation puts the brothers in an impossible position. If they allow the archangels to possess them, they could end up destroying the world. Rebellious as ever, Dean refuses to be Michael's vessel, opting to find another way to stop the apocalypse. The 5th season culminates in an epic battle where Dean and Sam face Lucifer. With the help of Castiel and Bobby, they manage to imprison Lucifer again, but not without great sacrifices. Sam sacrifices himself, falling into Lucifer's cage to save the world. A new reality and the mark of Cain. The 6th and 7th seasons deal with the aftermath of the apocalypse and the ongoing fight against supernatural forces. Dean tries to lead a normal life but is constantly pulled back into the hunting world. He also faces the loss of loved ones, such as his friend Bobby Singer. In the 8th and 9th seasons, Dean acquires the Mark of Cain, a curse that grants him the power to kill the demon Abaddon, but also slowly corrupts him. The Mark increases Dean's aggression and bloodlust, leading him to commit acts he would normally avoid. This arc is one of the darkest for Dean as he battles his own nature and tries to find a way to rid himself of the Mark. Dean as a demon. At the end of the 9th season, the Mark of Cain and the First Blade turn Dean into a demon. The 10th season explores this transformation, showing a darker side of Dean as he struggles to regain his humanity. Eventually, with the help of Sam and Castiel, Dean is able to rid himself of the Mark and reverse his demonic condition. The battle against the darkness. The 11th season introduces a new threat, Amara, also known as the Darkness. Amara is God's sister and a primordial force of evil. Dean develops a complex connection with Amara, creating tension between him and his allies. The season culminates in an unlikely alliance between Dean, Sam, Castiel, Crowley, the King of Hell, and even God to stop Amara. In the end, it's Dean's emotional connection with Amara that saves the world, highlighting the power of humanity and love. The return of Mary and the British Men of Letters. The 12th season brings an exciting twist. Mary Winchester, Dean and Sam's mother, is resurrected. The dynamic between Dean and his mother is complex, as he must deal with his expectations and the reality of who she is now. Additionally, the brothers face a new threat, the British Men of Letters, an organization that aims to control and regulate supernatural hunting. The rise of Lucifer and Jack. The following seasons, 13 and 14, delve deeper into the series' mythology with the introduction of Jack, the Nephilim son of Lucifer. Dean initially distrusts Jack, fearing he will become a threat. However, over time, Dean develops a paternal bond with Jack, seeing in him a chance for redemption and goodness despite his origins. During the 14th season, Dean becomes the vessel for Michael, a desperate act to stop the Archangel. However, Michael betrays Dean and uses his body to start a new apocalypse. Dean as Michael's vessel. In the 14th season, the fight against Michael intensifies. Dean, desperate to protect the world, allows the Archangel Michael to possess him, believing he could control the situation. However, Michael betrays Dean and uses his body to start a new apocalypse. Eventually, with the help of Sam, Castiel and Jack, Dean manages to expel Michael from his body, but not without significant challenges and sacrifices. Michael, now without a vessel, wreaks havoc, and it's up to Dean and his allies to stop him once and for all. In the end, they succeed in defeating Michael, but not without paying a high price. This arc reinforces Dean's resilience and courage, even when facing divine forces. The confrontation with God. The 15th and final season of Supernatural takes the Winchester brothers to their greatest challenge, God, also known as Chuck. Chuck reveals himself to be a manipulative villain who sees the brothers' lives as his personal story, toying with them for his own entertainment. Dean, Sam, and Castiel find themselves in a desperate fight to free the world from Chuck's manipulations. The season is filled with emotional and tense moments, culminating in an epic battle. With the unexpected help of Jack, who absorbs God's power, the brothers manage to defeat Chuck, restoring balance to the universe. Jack becomes a new divine entity, promising not to interfere in human life, giving the world the freedom Dean and Sam had always wanted. The legacy of Dean Winchester. After Chuck's defeat, the series moves toward its conclusion. Dean continues his life as a hunter, but now with a sense of freedom and renewed purpose. However, fate has other plans. In a poignant episode, Dean meets his death during a hunt, impaled by a piece of metal. The scene is emotional and powerful, with Dean accepting his fate with dignity and peace. He shares a final moment with Sam, telling him to keep living and find happiness. Dean is taken to heaven, where he is greeted by Bobby Singer. He discovers that heaven has been reformed by Jack, becoming a place of true peace and happiness. Dean finally finds the peace he always longed for, reunited with friends and family who passed before him. The future of Sam Winchester. After Dean's death, the series shows a glimpse of Sam's future. He honors Dean's wish for him to live a full life, getting married and having a son, whom he names Dean in honor of his brother. Sam eventually grows old, and when his time comes, he is reunited with Dean in heaven, completing the circle of their journeys. Conclusion. Dean Winchester's story is a saga of courage, sacrifice, and brotherly love. From his traumatic childhood to his epic battles against supernatural forces, Dean demonstrated unwavering resilience and fierce dedication to those he loves. His journey is marked by moments of darkness and pain, but also by redemption and hope. Supernatural isn't just a series about hunting monsters. It's a story about family, friendship, and the power of love. Dean Winchester embodies these themes, becoming one of the most memorable and beloved characters on television. His story resonates with fans around the world, reminding us that no matter how dark things may seem, there is always hope and redemption within reach. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. Leave a comment below with your favorite Dean Winchester moment. See you next time, everyone.